Hey guys, welcome back to Fowler's Free Time. I'm your host Chris Fowler, and today is part 2 of our jerk series. In part 1, which if you haven't seen already, click the link above so that you can see it. We made a jerk marinade from scratch. Now in part 2, we're going to take that jerk marinade and we're going to make jerk pork. Okay, so we're going to take our pork shoulder and we're going to marinate it overnight. But you could marinate it for as long as 24 to 36 hours ahead of time. The longer the better. That's the beauty of jerk. Jerk seasoning was originally a preservative. Let's rewind the clock 12 hours and let's visit my former self to see the process as we prep the meat. Welcome to 12 hours ago. After work, feeling tired, you just want to pop a beer and order a pizza, but before you relax on the couch, it's time to season up our meat. And we're going to turn this piece of pork shoulder into a delicious Jamaican jerk pork. So stick around and you'll see how we do it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a 3.5 pound pork shoulder, and in order to turn this into jerk pork, we are going to score the fat. We are going to rub in some salt, then we're going to cheat a little bit and use some browning. So for those of you not familiar with Jamaican cooking, this is browning. It's sugar and caramel based and it's really just for the coloring, especially since we're going to be smoking this and not putting it on a barbecue. It's not going to get that natural dark color unless we help it along a little bit. Some people even like to use like a dark soy sauce or maybe a molasses. It's kind of the same idea. Look at that, already it looks like we cheated. It looks like we dyed the meat, but all we've done is we've just added this little bit of caramel. Next step is we're going to add that jerk seasoning. In fact, I'm even going to put on a little bit more. Looking really good now. So this beautiful piece of pork is going to rest in the fridge. We're going to saran wrap it and then it's going to rest in the fridge for about 12 hours. And then I will see you when I'm more presentable. Okay, so it's been 12.5 hours and our pork shoulder has been marinating in the fridge. And so I'm just going to leave it on the counter to come up to temp before I throw it in the smoker. All right, so we're outside and we're on the smoker. And before we even start, let's get something straight. Jerk pork, jerk chicken, jerk any meat you want jerk is supposed to be smoked. Yes, you can do it in the oven. Yes, you can do it on a grill pan. In fact, most people back home in Jamaica will do it on a wood fire or with wood coal. I am choosing to do it in my smoker. However, I don't have the right type of wood for authentic smoking. Authentic Jamaican jerk is smoked with pimento wood, which is where you get your allspice berries from. Now, I've chosen instead to use apple wood chips because of their mild flavor. I'm going to toss a couple of pimento berries into that just for the flavoring. And I ordered some pimento leaves online so I can layer on top of this so we'll get a rapid flavorful smoke, which hopefully will get imparted into the first bark of the pork. So I'm just going to open this up. Ooh. Okay, the temperature hasn't come back up yet since I opened it to put in the pimento leaves, but I'm gonna open it now anyways. Get my glasses fogged up and put on the meat. Now if you see this little metal piece sticking out, that's my temperature probe. And if you'd like a review of the wireless temperature probe by meter, let me know and I will prep that video. And in we go. My goal here is about 250 degrees and I'm thinking this should take about 4 hours. I'm gonna let you zoom in so you can actually take a good look at this. Oh yeah. So we've got nice coloring, smells amazing, but resist the temptation to cut into it right away. Let it rest, maybe 20 minutes, and then you can cut it up. We're gonna cut it into large chunks, maybe 2" by 2". Okay, so after 3.5 hours, this is what we have, and it is a really lovely piece of jerk pork. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and see if I can cut this into. So now we're just going to cut this up into chunks. So this is not pulled pork. This is really more like pork chunks. There you go. Are we focused? All right, good. And just thinking about what the right accompaniment for jerk pork is. Could do hard-dough bread, but I don't have any, so I think I'm gonna do rice and peas. And this is just a real quick thing with, you know, tinned beans and tinned coconut milk. This is not the definitive rice and peas video. In fact, if you want to see that, let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure to dedicate an entire video to Jamaican rice and peas. Okay, so we need a heavy pot with a tight fitting lid. Start by getting all of this coconut milk out of the can. I know roughly how much water I need, but I'm gonna hold some back, so. Meanwhile, let's season this up. I've got some scallion, got some thyme, garlic, salt, black pepper. Threw all of my seasonings in here, but actually I want to bring this up to a boil before I put in both my rice and my peas. Okay, I can see at the edges of the pot that we're starting to simmer. So I'm going to throw in my beans, kidney beans, and I rinsed and drained them. If you've never made this before and you notice that your coconut milk and water have now turned a little pink, don't worry, that's normal. Okay, so it's starting to simmer up again, so I'm gonna dump in my rice. Oh, I just heard a yardie somewhere say, "Hey, that boy never washing rice." Well, actually I did. You know, I tried to make it look fancy for YouTube by washing it and putting it in a bowl first, but now I have to scrape the goddamn bowl. Sorry. Okay, so at this point, just take a look to see how much liquid and how much rice you have. You know, liquid should just about cover the rice, a little bit on top. If you put too much water, you will get a more porridge consistency. If you don't put enough water in there, well, then you get undercooked rice, and nobody likes undercooked rice. Experience will teach you, or wait until I do the rice and peas video, and then I will teach you with measurements, right? gonna throw some additional scallion in there. And I've got a Scotch bonnet from my tree. This is a green one because we don't really want the heat, we want the flavor. We're gonna drop that in there. See that? Maybe a little bit more water. Not more than that, not more than that. All right. We're gonna wait until this comes up to a boil, and then we're going to put the pot lid back on there and lock it down and leave it for about 40 minutes until the rice is done and all of this goodness is absorbed. And through the magic of editing, either that worked and it's in the video, or it didn't work and you have no idea that it didn't work. And there you have it. So we've got a lovely jerk pork and rice and peas dinner. It's taken us over 15 hours to get here, but the beauty of this is 12 of those hours were just marinating. It's really only 3.5 hours of active cooking time. So until next time, get in the kitchen, get cooking, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.